Thanks for joining us this week on DezignWorks TV. Today we're going to talk about working with tubing with DezignWorks. So we've loaded up this mesh file. What it is, it's a cockpit cage for an older style drag car. And we're going to go through creating the tubes on this. So DezignWorks tools are built right into SolidWorks, and we're actually a gold partner for SolidWorks. So you'll notice here we're going to go up to our mesh features tools. This is where we can actually work directly on the mesh. So you'll see this mesh has about 4 million triangles in it. You can see the size of it here. It's a real sized car. This is not some little toy car that was made. So if you've ever worked with 3D sketches before and tried to get the center line of these tubes, you know the pain it is. So we've made this very simple to work with. We're going to go ahead and actually paint on a tube. So we're going to use our curvature tool, and we're actually just going to click on the tube. So we're going to build these one by one. So there's our tube. Now we don't need the fillet radius. We're going to put that in there. So we're going to use our brush tool here, and we're actually going to resize a little bit and actually delete the data here. Because what this is actually going to do is give you the 3D center line. So we're going to simply say tubing. And it's going to pop up here with some information. In this case, it's telling us it's a 1.5 inch tube. I know the diameter, the radius of the bends. And I simply say create it. That quick, it built you the center line. Then we'll go back and actually model this with SolidWorks, whether we use solids or use the weldment tools. So again, to repeat it, we use the curvature tool. You can paint one bar or as many bars as you want. Tubing. This doesn't have any curvature, so it's just going to ask you the size of it, and this is a 1.625. So by painting it, it tells you pretty close to what the diameter is. There's your center line. Again, we'll use the curvature tool. Notice it finds the complete path. Again, we don't need the radiuses, so we'll go ahead and get rid of those. This is our just how do you erase standard Windows control key, and we'll do this one. If you told somebody you could do this in less than 10 minutes, they wouldn't believe you, but that's why we're doing it live. So again, it's just going to prompt you. It's very fast and efficient. And again, I know these were mandrel bent. And you can stay here and do all these. That's what the goal is. We're going to just do them all at once. And you can see the center lines of the ones we did. Again, go back to our curvature. Go ahead and paint these. Back to our brush tool. We try to really simplify this. At DezignWorks, we're not just simply a software company. We have a service view and do thousands of parts a year. So we run these same kind of problems you do. So again, we'll say tubing. Again, you can see it's so simple. And all this can be changed in SolidWorks. We're fixing the straight lines. And if you want to go back and modify this, we'll show you. You can do everything you want to do. In this case, we'll help it. We'll click over here because it found a junction. And then again, we'll get rid of the fillets on there. And then run the tubing tool. As you can see, there's a lot of other tools here, so stay tuned for more videos going through all these tools. At that point, we've got most of it built, enough that you get the understanding of it, that you go back and forth here. So let's go ahead and just write this out to SolidWorks. So here's all your 3D sketch center lines. We'll turn off the planes for a second. So notice what you have here. So one way to do this would be using the solids tool. Come up to your sweat boss. pick the center line. There's your tube. It's that easy. Now the other method we'll show you in a minute is a weldment as well. We'll repeat the command. Very, very fast. Notice in the solid tool, it does show the coping. Same way for over here. We'll just repeat the command. Fast. Again, if you've ever done this, this is brutal without these kind of tools. Putting those 3D sketches together and make the tangent and all that, it's just... You can see how fast and efficient you can do this. So how do you know it's right? So DezignWorks has built-in inspection tools. We're going to go ahead and do a feature to mesh validation. And again, this was all hand built, with mandrel tubes and mandrel radiuses and stuff. So we'll just have to check the whole thing. And you get a feeling for the accuracy. And we'll go back and show you, we'll edit one of the sketches. All this can be changed if somebody changes their mind on fillet radiuses, diameters, whatever they want to do. So here is our validation window. And you come in here and check everything. And again, it's all manual bent, so some of this is not going to be perfect. You can also check up here, change your tolerance you want for plus or minus. On this kind of chassis, you'd never want to hold plus minus 10. Let's make it like 20. And probably more closer to a 32nd if you're going to really do this. So you can see you can change it live. So plus minus close to 30, you'll see how accurate this really is. And the color mapping will just show you differences. You can write this all out to report, as many views as you want. You would need Excel for this. And there's your standard deviation with your image sheets. Tune in next week for more DezignWorks TV and have a great day. Thanks.